This is Network House 11, and I'm your house host, Nicolette. Tonight, I'm inviting you into the listening experience, a series shaped by commitment, creation, connection, and evolution. Settle in, pour something smooth, and catch a vibe with me. Most people are searching for a home they haven't even learned to become yet. This Sunday, I decided to open the first door of Network House 11. And we're beginning where all real journeys start, within. Let's sit with that for a moment. Y'all want to hear something funny? Recently, I caught myself doing something so familiar, and that's procrastinating. That's overthinking and telling myself, mm, maybe you should do something different. Maybe you should take time to just actually sit with yourself as you've been doing all 2025 and just figure out what type of career you really want for your life. And I took the initiative to say, hell no, that's not what I want. That's not what I want to do. I've been working on my foundation for so long, and I'm about to go give that away to somebody to be broken again. Nah, that's not what I want. That's not the life that I choose to live as I'm existing here today. I decided to take on a challenge within myself again, because in the past, I've took on myself mentally. I've took on myself emotionally. I took on myself with big projects that I felt like I wouldn't ever be able to do. Being able to be trusted with people's emotions, being able to be trusted with people's just companionship, and I said, but what about me? What about myself? What am I doing for me that's going to feel like I can uniquely stand within my existence and don't feel like I have to mask for anybody? What am I going to do that feels familiar for me, but it's not to anybody else's liking? This might be boring to some. This might be interesting to some. At the end of the day, Network House 11 is my foundation. And I started to find myself in these loops. Not bad loops, just loops of lessons. In that time, and I'm a rewind back for y'all to get a understanding of why I wanted to go down this journey and why I felt the need to want to present this now. In 2019, I'll start from there. I had a nudge to change my life. I was going through it heavy. I went through an emotional and mental breakdown where I had to figure out, what does my foundation need? And I'm not talking about externally. I'm talking about internally. What does my foundation need? I started searching for myself through a lot of different things. An opportunity came to me, and I decided to jump on it because I knew for a fact it was going to test me. It was going to push my very existence far beyond what I knew I was capable of doing. I decided to join the military. It was always a dream of mine, but I allowed other people's vision for my life to disrupt me from going down that path. But I also had to remember as well, is I was building on myself, but I also was deconstructing what I had built in this time in 2019, and I didn't even know it. Fast forward a little bit into that year, I started retraining myself and retraining my mind and becoming focused. I still was dibbling and dabbling in environments and spaces that I knew for a fact I was about to leave behind, but I still wanted that old thing. I still wanted to do me and think that I was going to have this new life too. And that's something that did not work out for me at all. 2020 came and I was sitting face forward in attention style in my new lifestyle. And I still couldn't recognize myself in that time frame. I thought, well, if I do the things externally, it will bring me the peace, the clarity. It'll help me to bring out my uniqueness. It will help me to get out of my shell that I always result back into whenever I want to feel safe, whenever I feel as though I need to go home. That started to take a toll on me too because it wasn't me. It was another perception of how somebody saw me, how somebody viewed my house from the outside. Because y'all gonna get it. But I love to call what I see life as a home. And the reason why I say that, and I'm gonna get back to the story, but the reason why I say that is because we bring a lot of things into ourselves. And we don't even really realize how we do that. We hoarder experiences with people. We hoarder experiences that we had in environments. We hoarder lessons that we been was supposed to pass off to somebody else or shit, just give it up, right? And that is exactly what I was doing at the time. I was hoarding things that needed to be left where it was at and where I placed it at a long time ago. Coming into 2023, because 2022, I departed ways from my active duty and I came home to a different world. COVID had happened and life was different. And I still didn't feel good in my internal space because, like I said, I was hoarding things from many years ago that I did not want to give up. And it started to weigh on my home within. 2023 came. I had got a beautiful opportunity to work in corporate. I started doing it, but it didn't feel like me. I'm a creative person. I'm a person who maneuvers through creation, through any type of creation, music, writing, poetry, building things, painting things. I'm a creator. I started to see myself get swallowed up by another perception that I wanted to present myself within. And I'm like, no, Nicolette, this ain't you. This is not you, girl. It ain't you. Don't fall for the okie doke because these are the lessons that you continuously learn. And as we go through the weeks of me, this is December is just the introduction and also the invite into the listening experience. So I definitely got more story time for y'all, but this is just the foundation. I started to see myself dwindle again, becoming burnt out because I was giving myself to experiences that just was not me. And I went away. I went on a trip overseas, and I had got NH11 tattooed on me. I'm gonna tell you now, there's been so many instances where the universe has placed things in front of me and tools that I needed to indicate you need to start working on the inner you. You need to start working on the inner you, and I would ignore it. I would definitely ignore it. At that time, I got the tattoo, and I'm like, okay, what is this? This is something new. This is something new coming in. I'm also feeling the nudge of I'm working this corporate job. I really don't like it. It's not me. It's just another mass that I have collected to be a part of the collective. And I'm like, nah, this not it. So I end up letting that experience go. And from 2024 to now, I took a break from everything that was conventional. I started doing different things and getting into more to what do I need right now to help this flow become the rhythm that I dance to for the rest of my existence. And as that time went on, I started to see that writing was definitely my passion. I have journals from 2013 that I ever so often look at because it helps me to see where my mind was at that time and what I was committed to at that time. I found myself in a space where all that I learned from 2019 to 2024 started to dwindle, but not in the way that you would think, well, it was roses and ponies. No, it was chaos, turmoil, screaming, scratching, and crying. Like, I didn't want to turn away from the habits that I had because those habits kept me safe. But it also drove me into a chaotic space because I was not aligning with what my soul desired. And that was God's way of telling me, yo, I'm not giving you another chance. I'm just going to place this here. And when you're ready to pick it up, that's when you will understand what I've been trying to do all this time. And like I said, I got the tattoo. And every day I started to write journals, but I also started to write synopsis of my journeys. I had a dream one night, and these four words stood out to me very vividly in the dream. And it was commit and evolve. I only seen those two words. And as the time went on, 2024, in 2024, I had that dream. And as the months went by, I said, you know what? Let me pay attention to how I really maneuver through my life. I commit and I evolve. But what else is in between that? At first, it was evolve, connect, create, commit. That's how I was getting it. Because every time I got to my evolve state, it was like it's like you standing at the sidewalk and there's a lot of water there and a car passed by and you get splashed with dirt. You mad clean, you mad nice, you dressed up, but a car comes in, splat. That whole evolve state is just now back into commit. What am I committing to make this evolve state that I'm going through feel like I've done something that I deserve to be in this space? And I couldn't catch the answer, or the answer wasn't running into me. And as I took more time for myself and I said, you know what, you need a break from a lot of the things that you normally go behind. The things that you always look forward to. The habits you've picked up to mask that some things, it just ain't for me. It's not for me. And I got my answer just journaling one day, and I read back the journal, the prompt that I had wrote. And that's what birthed the principles, the foundation principles of Network House 11, which is commit, create, connect, and evolve. I went behind it and I started to write out all of the things that I had committed to that did not make me feel good. I also wrote all the things that I committed to that made me feel good. And I did that for each principle, which there are four of them. And that's what helped me to shape Network House 11. It helped me to realize that all this time I've been looking for answers from people, places, and things. And I really needed to pay attention to what God was saying to me, because essentially I've always had the answer. I just always looked outward for it. I never really dived deep within myself to find it inward. And that's what I wanted to present to you guys tonight. This is the whole reason why I do this. And I'm doing this is because there is a plethora of people that I've been feeling on within my spirit that need to return back within and become selfish about that. Become selfish with the fact that you only have this timing, which you have many of them, but you're in this timing, you're in this time frame right now. How do you work on you? Are you a person that spreads yourself extremely thin to give all that you have worked on inside to experiences that don't feed you back, or don't even, it's like you showing up to somebody's party empty-handed? And that's why Network House exists, honey, because if I'm providing this space for you to be free, dance, create, don't come to the space empty-handed. Don't think that you'll come here empty-handed, and you won't leave empty-handed, because I'm going to leave you with something. Okay? That's what's going to go on here. But in every instance, this is my story, and this is Network House 11, and this is the listening experience. So keep on listening. Much love and much gratitude to you if you've listened thus far. If you felt the vibe in tonight's conversation, sit with it. Let it flow through you. Peace and ease to the home within. Until next time.